Hello everyone, and welcome to the actual last presentation today. I'm quite aware that I'm keeping you away from your dinner today, but I promise you it's really worth to listen up and actually listen to this presentation as well. To my name, I'm Dominic. Probably most of you already know my name or know me because I was leading the iPraktikum beforehand, so I did that for 5 years until mid of 2020. And today I'm here as an employee of MSG. So MSG is a global IT consultancy, and I'm working there as an IT project lead, and I'm working in the area of telecommunications. But that's not what I'm here for today. So today I want to take more over to my passion, which is on the one side teaching. That's why I'm here, and really happy that I'm actually back to be able to talk to you guys again and involve you and try to get the best out of you. And the second part is sustainability. And that's also the topic for today. And to give you a bit of a background what I'm talking about and what I want to tackle, we first have to look at a bit of data. So here on that slide, you can actually see the global greenhouse gas emissions that we have globally by sector. So most of it is obviously the energy part, which is the most obvious part that you can find. So energy is costly. The second part, which you see in green, is food production and all the foresting and stuff that you have. So land usage, which is also a really major part. Then you have the industry, which is already quite less. And then you have waste, which is also a big issue. But I want to focus on the green part, so I want to talk about food production. And if you're looking at a second look at this diagram, you see that there's actually a lot of stuff that's connected to food production, although it's not labeled green. So if we're starting with waste, if you're going back home and look at the waste that you have today, most of it is packaging in plastics or in paper-based products and your actual food waste. So that's a major part of this problem as well. Then if we're looking at the energy sector, there is direct food usage, which you can see at the top right, and then we have the major point of transportation, so getting actually the product that we want to have, so our food on the table, takes a lot of that part as well. And then at the bottom left, we have all the commercial buildings that we have. There is a lot of factories and storage involved, and the actual stores. So also that part is majorly contributed by our food production. And then we have the actual food production itself, which also takes up energy. So the whole food area is a really big issue that we have to tackle. And it's getting even worse, because even if we are in an imaginary world where every energy source is renewable, where we can actually get rid of all the red parts, the green one is something that's not going to vanish. Because if we're looking at the prospect on how the world's evolving, it will go up in population to about 10 billion that we will have in 2050. So the green part is actually rising. So we will have more greenhouse gases that are emitted year by year, day by day, because we have to feed our population. So that's something that I want to address. So with those numbers in mind, which can go up somewhere between 25 and 40% of our actual greenhouse gas emissions, it's quite a matter of fact that every product that you buy matters. So you are deciding, we as a company are deciding, what are we actually buying, how good is every product for the planet, and what should we actually buy. So if you're comparing two different items, it's also quite a bit easier. So if you're going for a kilogram of steak, that's way worse than if you could just buy a kilogram of potatoes. But it's also the same if you're comparing products by products. So if you're buying coffee, one kind of coffee will have a completely different carbon footprint than another part. So if you're talking about coffee, usually it's the packaging or where is the stuff coming from. So what do I want to have when I'm going to a store? Not something like this. I don't care about all these labels. They are just a basic hint, but it's really a mess, and you usually have no idea what requirements do they actually have. So is this label actually green? There are quite a lot up here that have no idea about sustainability whatsoever, but are just about marketing. So they just want to take your additional money that you're willing to pay for sustainability, but aren't at all. So what can we do else? And the idea is, if I want to go to a market, I want to see only those products that are sustainable. How can we manage that? So if I'm going in there, first of all, what products will I buy? The first one is, I will have probably some allergies or something. So if I'm allergic to nuts, those products shouldn't even show up. Those are products that I will never buy. The second part is, I will also have some food preferences. So if I'm vegetarian or vegan, I will probably also have a lot of products that I'm not willing to buy. And those should get out of the assortment for myself. Obviously not for everyone, but me as a customer, I don't care about those products. And finally, I want to see on a first glance which of those products are actually sustainable. What is sustainability is one of the major parts of this project. So there is currently no answer on how to track sustainability on products that we buy every day. So that's a major part of research that we as a team will figure out during this whole course and try to find a solution to, which is really important. How can we make that? So the idea that I have for that is I want to have the vision that I'm running into the store with my smartphone, and I will get an AR overlay that shows me all the products that I actually have in there, so it detects all of them, then filters out all the products that I will never buy because they are not meeting my preferences, so meaning my allergies or intolerances, but also my eating preferences, so vegetarian or vegan. And the remaining list of products that's still shown up here, I want to have a quick and easy accessible rating on, is it a good product for the planet or is it bad? How good is it in comparison to other products? So here for the coffee, obviously the example is just made up. I have no idea how sustainable those products are, but that's the goal. That's what I want to have at the end. I want to be able to run in the shop, have a really fast, intuitive way to see what products can I buy and what products do I want to buy. So to summarize, we want to use machine learning to recognize the objects that are in the store, what is on the shelf. We want to then identify them, and we want to use OCR to read out the the product's name, but also we want to read out the ingredients, so that if I'm going to the store and I'm having a nut allergy, then all products that contain nuts are already filtered out. And then we want to match that information with the information that I get from the customer. So what is those preferences, what are they like? And I want to give a quick and intuitive way on presenting those in AR, making shopping faster in comparison to what I have to do now with checking the ingredients and checking for sustainability and so on. So making those two technologies one of the major forces that we can get to making the whole shopping experience more sustainable by involving all of us and promoting the laziness of us to actually get sustainability going. So if you want to be involved in that project, and if you're quite keen on solving that project and this problem, just come up to us in a couple of minutes upstairs and talk to me. I will be there, or to my colleague Oliver, he will be there as well. And later on, Tova, a colleague of mine, will be available for this project as well. And we are really keen on making sustainability the major priority here and keep the planet going for another couple of days. Thank you so much.